Hey guys, it's Jen with Cards Zen by Jen. My name is Jennifer Blaszak. I am from Central Pennsylvania. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I am going to be showing you my Harry Potter themed book treat box. The book treat boxes are sold by Stampin' Up! And they just came out in the newest mini catalog. It's going from September to December of 2024. This is what that catalog looks like on the outside. They're on page 27, and if you really weren't looking very closely, you would have missed them. But I do a lot of bookmarks, and I have quite a good following of book readers. So when I came across these book treat boxes, I thought, there might be something that I can do with these. So I just ordered a package. They're only $10, and they make 10 boxes. They're about 3 by 4 inches. They're so cute, and let me show you how easy it is to wrap these babies with paper and make something special out of them. What got me into trouble with these is I came across the new Harry Potter Hershey Kisses in a local CVS. And of course, they were buy one, get one free, and I had an amazing coupon. So I got them for next to nothing. I knew I needed to do something special with those Harry Potter themed Hershey Kisses. And then I remembered my book box treats. So what I did was I wrapped DSP the whole way around. And then I just added some little touches to make it look like a book. And then on the inside, you can see we have the Hershey Kisses. Added a few more touches on the left-hand side. So I'm going to show you today how easy it is to make this up. Now, I am having one of those days. I made all the rest of my boxes. I made 9 boxes, and they're already in my shop, ready to go. I kept one out so that I could show you, and lo and behold, of course, you put something in a safe place and then you can't find it. Well, that's what happened to me. So I have the outside piece. These come just plain white. I have the outside piece, and I somehow lost the inside piece. But this inside piece is super simple to put together. All you do is you fold the flaps down. It already has adhesive on it, the tear-off strips, and then you simply adhere it. There's already adhesive strips there. You just stick it right down. So that's the easiest part of all of this. So I figured if that's the part that I don't have to show you, no big deal. Let me show you the rest. So I start off with a piece of DSP. I picked something that was kind of a dark brown with a slight pattern with it. Again, my goal was for this to look like a Harry Potter book. So that's what I want to do. Now, when I put the DSP on the outside of my book, so to speak, what I want to do is I want to line up, and again, this is 7.5 inches by 4 1/4. I want to have a little bit excess. I don't want to run too short, but when I line this up to adhere it, I want to start right there. You see what I'm saying? I want to start right along that indent, right along that score mark, right there. And then what I'll do is I'll go around all the rest of it and cut off the excess, but I don't want to have to cut right here. So that's going to be my spot where I start. So we're just going to add some glue. Let me grab my glue out here. I'm going to add some glue. Maybe right around the edges. I'm not going to glue directly onto my score lines. The score lines are already there. It comes that way. Stampin' Up! Really did everything that they could to make this easy for you. All that you have to do is add some paper, add some color, and you are good to go. Okay, I think we're good. Just a little bit more there. My glue's not coming out very much, so I just want to add a little bit more. Again, I'm lining it up along that edge, making sure we're covered, and we're going to push it down. And we're just going to push it down. All right, so now you can see I lined it up along this edge and it was along this edge. So now all I need to do is just go trim the excess off the other sides. So let's grab some scissors and we can do that. I posted this on social media. Somebody piped up and said, hey, what's everybody doing with the book boxes? And I shared it, and then after I shared it, I could have kicked myself because, of course, you know, you get all of the, well, what are your dimensions for that? How did you do that? And I didn't have the video ready to go. Again, I could not find my inside piece. But it's finally now to the point where I just needed to do this, and even without the inside piece, so be it. So where our score marks are to do the back of the book, we are just going to bend and bend. Don't go crazy. This is just DSP. You don't want to tear it. Okay, so I bent that and we're good. So there you go. How easy was that to cover it with some DSP, some patterned paper, and super sweet. So this is the back of your book. This is the front of your book. The other thing that I did was I took a piece of Cajun Craze, and this is 4 inches by 1.5 inches. And then I came in, when I scored this, I scored 1/4 of an inch on this side, and I scored 1/8 of an inch on this side. Hindsight's 20/20, right? If I had to do this all over again, I would have increased the length and I would have done 1/4 of an inch on both sides. But this is what I did. Now, the other thing that I did was I had Harry Potter themed stamps. Unfortunately, Stampin' Up does not sell Harry Potter themed stamps. I am a huge advocate of Stampin' Up stamps whenever I can get them. Unfortunately, I needed Harry Potter. So I did find some Harry Potter themed stamps, and I did some gold heat embossing on this. Again, my goal is to make it look like a Harry Potter book. I want to be as authentic as possible. So I'm just going to use my bone folder, and we are going to score this. This 1/8 of an inch one over here gets a little difficult, so just be gentle. And you're just gonna score it. So there's that. I'm gonna try it on for size. Perfect, right? So now let's add some adhesive. Do not add too much adhesive. A little bit of liquid glue goes a long way. Be very thin with this because you don't want to get a lot on the front. You don't want it to spill over onto the front of your book. Again, please remember, this is the back, this is the front, so we need to adhere it right here. Isn't that awesome? I love it. My kids were avid Harry Potter fans. They read the books multiple times. They read the books over and over and over again. I never read the books, but I watched the movies with them. And my favorite actress in the Harry Potter books was Maggie Smith as Professor McGonagall, and with her recent passing, it was just so sad. But she really did bring that character to life for me. So again, Harry Potter kind of goes way back with me and in raising my kids. So the next thing that I did is I wanted to make it look as though I had the old map with the footprints. You all remember the disappearing footprints, right? So what I did was I have a stamp. Again, it's a Harry Potter themed stamp with just the footprints. I stamped the footprints on my piece of map, and then I went around and ripped the edges of my map. What I like about this, I at first was upset because the only map that I had this gold foil on it, and that bothered me. I felt like I didn't want it that way, but what I realized is that when you look at it in certain lights, it kind of makes those footprints disappear and reappear. You can see it so much better in person, but it was kind of like just a happy happenstance that that's what I had. So to get those burnt edges, I used early espresso and a sponge dauber, and I just went around the whole thing like this to get that burnt edge. So once I have that, then I adhered that to the front of my book box. You can do it angled, you could do it however you want. There are no rules. And then for my Mischief Managed, again, if you're interested in where I got the Harry Potter stamps from, you can private message me. But otherwise, you can simply Google, you'll find them. Unfortunately, they're not offered by Stampin' Up. Now this, do you see how beautifully shiny this is? I absolutely love this. I used the heat embossing, the new Wow heat embossing powders with Stampin' Up, and I used the black, and it just really makes this shine. I absolutely love it. I just cut around it, and I'm gonna use dimensionals to make it stick. We're gonna pop it up just a little bit. Let me grab some dimensionals here. Those off. All right. Now, when you add your Mischief Managed, make sure that you are not coming down too far because you have your enclosure here. So I'm going to put it right up here. Stick it down good. There you go. So we have all of that taken care of. And then this enclosure, I don't like the white. Absolutely. So what I decided is I wanted to cover this with some more Cajun Craze. So I just snipped a piece long enough to cover that. We're going to add some glue. Again, I don't put glue where the score mark is. Take the glue, just push that right up along the edge. If you can, oops, too much glue. There we go. There we go. If you can kind of hug one side of this, it's less that paper that you have to trim. It's one less side you have to trim around. So hold that for a hot second. Well, maybe 2 hot seconds. All right, there we go. Again, you have the score mark, so you want to make sure that you are folding at the score mark. And then again, we are going to snip off the excess. This is hard to do when I'm on camera. Snip off this excess. I got to tell you, these books really did come out so much cuter than I expected, but it really was a labor of love. It was many nights figuring out how I was going to do this. There we go. I think I got that just a little. Okay. So I want to make sure that that is creased and that is creased. All right, so it's all coming together, right? I did get a little too close on that, so I'm going to snip that. I don't want to see the white, so I'm just going to snip that. There we go. Okay. All right, so now I will also put, I took a piece of paper. I'm not sure where I got this. This will probably give it away to some of you who have been Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. I think it's something about the one with the globe. The DSP pack several years ago that had the one with the globe, I believe is where I got this from. And if you can see this closely, you'll see like there's a little like script writing, and it reminded me of a book. So I had a few sheets of this left, This piece of paper is, not sure what it is. Let me see here. It is 2 7/8. Hold on, let me measure again. Sorry. Yes, it's 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. I know, all of you hate my 7/8, don't you? But that's okay. It just makes it look better. So it's 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then what I did was I took my corner rounder on 2 sides only, because it's going to go right here like that. Again, I used those Harry Potter stamps and just did a couple of stamps there on the inside. So we're going to add some glue. And that's going to go on our inside flap of our book. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And then this I printed off